Good day, and welcome to another Coach on the Couch. Today I got really inspired thinking based on a conversation during the Deconstructing PI Planning stream with Yuval and Stefan and Mark earlier today around the nature of risk management and how that shows up in PI planning. And I've long been a huge fan of using the Rome exercise during PI planning as a really important tool to create confidence and bring teams together around the critical risks that you're going to face. And as we were talking today, I was reflecting on the flipping of mindset that I see with a culture that moves into generative leadership and gets more mature, between this mindset that risks are things that happen from the outside towards us, and it moves into this mindset that risks are something that are created through our actions, like we are doing this and generating these risks. And then later, recognizing that systemic risks in the environment around us isn't doing things to us, but it does inform our system and how we design ourselves and what informs what actions we take. It doesn't control us because we don't want to be reactive, but we do want to very carefully consider the environment and adapt the risks the environment poses against our actions almost in real time if you get to like lean startup and how you navigate assumptions. But also in enterprises as you decide which products and markets to enter, or what activities you want to do, or which improvement activities are most important, and so on. And as we get better at this, one of the things I've observed, I'm going to actually go and make this one a much bigger view if my button wants to work for me, and recognize that the nature of our maturity drives the risks we can address higher in the metric stack. And I use this metric stacks to think about the different types of metrics and measurements, whether we're just evaluating the things we do, like a say-do ratio or velocity, or the effectiveness of our process and kind of the instrumentation of the factory, if you're taking a factory mindset towards development, and then moving outward to the purpose and the product and solution metrics like net promoter score and cost of goods sold and things like that that are at the product level, and then further out to financial profit metrics and the contribution to the overall enterprise. And in PI planning, in this group of teams that's working together against a set of goals, early on is very much about planning risk. I see teams focused on things that will disrupt the plan and our ability to meet our commitments. Those are fundamentally, they're all like activity metrics. They are risks that are centered around our actions and our activity and our commitments. But as teams and trains get more mature with it, they start to take on bigger risks in planning. And they start to talk about the risks of the way they're working or the way they're organizing or the environment of the factory around DevOps and our security integrations and things like that, and the impact those things have on our ability to serve our purpose and deliver. Moving beyond like plan-centric risk and moving on to like factory risk. And then from there, again, I see people progress into really looking at the risks of that get in the way of our ability to deliver into the world and into our market. The products and solutions we're creating, the goals they serve, where are the risks to that? And those start to emerge into the conversations as people get out of the fear and concern about not delivering that's down around the activity metrics, and they get comfortable and trust each other and trust the stakeholders, and people are coming together effectively, and the quality of conversation and the quality of impact starts to emerge. And I don't know if at a train level how often you get up to the financial risk, because that is perhaps more systemic. But I could easily see a path where a team of teams that owns their own product and is really taking responsibility, acting kind of like that mini CEO of their own business, starts to really drive financial conversations and larger scale conversations into PI planning and into the risk management that happens there. And I think that would be really powerful for the train, but also just over time as people get better and better and more mature, the fidelity and effectiveness and the ability of the train to just run on its own will continue to get better. And then over time, I think you can start to flip this, where the risks further out start to drive the reasoning and the choices and the conversations we have closer in. So the financial situation and the landscape around the company, the risks there actively inform the choices the products and solutions make, less in isolation and more as a member of a larger system. The engineering context and capabilities inform the things that the product and the solution chooses to take on. And the needs of the product inform the improvements the engineering teams and the processes try to take on there. And the activities just become a reflection of those goals further up. And we stop stressing about activities. And I think about, actually, it was my very first Scrum program. It was a project as a vendor, but we didn't manage activities. We were so focused on the product we were trying to create and how we were building it from a supporting our client point of view. We were completely focused on iteration goals and meeting the needs of the marketing group that we were supporting, iteration out in, iteration out. And it made a huge difference in the relationships, and it made a huge difference in our satisfaction. So anyway, thank you for listening to this Coach on a Couch. Enjoyed thinking about this risk management and the role it plays. And I think I'm going to keep swirling on this, and we might see another one on how this plays forward into milestones and how you articulate the synchronization and the objective evidence you look for around milestones. Anyway, wherever you are, have a great day, and thank you very much.